So the next part of the build is going to be the head unit of the Kampfer. Obviously there's a lot of armored parts that goes around it, but let's look at the intricate work of the head itself. And we're going to begin with this main body part, followed by this that goes right through there. Whoops. Let me do it this way. There we go. Ah! Sometimes you want to try tweezers, sometimes you want to try your hands. There we go. Has to go all the way upside down like that, so it goes through. Alright, so that part is done. There are other parts that goes around this. We'll take this part and we put that like that here. I think we may have to use the tweezers. Come on, there we go. That's it. This part, it holds up the mono eye clear part. And that goes right through here. And this one goes right down there. Now I guess this part is meant to, open up the head. I think. And we have these two parts. That goes like that. That goes like this. And then that one goes here. Come on, get in there. Okay. And then this supposedly goes like that. Interesting. Didn't think the head would be like this. Also, don't know how much spacing I have for an LED light. It would definitely benefit going through there. Maybe those, I have very, very small thin ones that can go through there. And then wiring go down below to the body. I mentioned this before in the beginning, so I don't know if I will do something like this, but we'll figure this out in a moment. The head is done. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so the last part of this build is going to be the entire body itself, the torso and the waist unit. So first thing we need is this part, followed by this that connects to that here. Then you flip that up like, I believe, like this. Wait a minute, I want to make sure I look at this right. Just trying to see how this is. Alright, so we take this, put that here, and then we take this and put that there. I probably will get to this and figure this out in a moment. Now we have to put these on. The screw part. As I was reviewing the manual, this is the last screw to put on. There's an extra one in case you may accidentally lose it. lose one of these screws. Do it this way so I can apply pressure from on top. Oh boy, this thing is tough. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. Now we take this. Then we take this one here. And interestingly, we put it to the side. Didn't think about it. I thought it would be like going straight this way, but it goes to the side like that. Now here, you take two of the poly caps, put it there. Make sure it's facing out the hole before you seal this up. Let me just make sure there's nothing else I need to put in there. Okay, good. Now we close it up like so. There we go. Okay, I see why. Alright, that's good. I thought I was doing it wrong, but cool. Then we have this part that goes right here. Two of the poly caps go over here. And then we have these that go there that actually seals up the poly cap. That's good. That one goes there. Good. Now the instructions talk about the umbilical cord, but we'll leave that later on because that's each of those parts needs to be sanded down and painted. This one goes here and here. There is a bit of nub marks here that you can clean up. And then supposedly this goes in the front, so this goes here. There we go. So that's how it looks. There's no side-to-side menu tilting. Like this is as far as you can go. And then this part, which of course, so if you're gonna ask me, does this need a 2.0 and what they need to fix, it's this. Pretty much all Gundam kits have a connector going into the main body, but this one goes from the body out, and it's a good idea. But I can imagine that a part like this, under stress, when moving the legs or positioning it, these may tend to pop out or break. So this is something that I think Bandai needs to correct if they decide to make a 2.0. Alright, so... oh wait, I don't have to use this. Didn't think about that. Wait a minute. Is there another... You know, there's so many parts out there that I thought it was not. That was a different color. All right. Where are you? Oh, it's still B. Okay. I honestly didn't think of that. Oh, okay. I didn't see this. So it's a blue on top of blue. How much is this? How much is this blue being covered up? Now I gotta find my, oh, here it is. Just put it on my face. So one blue part over another blue part. It's going to be interesting to see how it looks at the final build. Alright, so this goes there. Come on, get in there. I'm not in the mood. Followed by that part that goes here. And then this one goes there. And then, you know what, I'm going to try something here. So that goes like this. And then this goes here. So I'm looking at the back, or the front, I'm sorry. No, this is the back. That's interesting how to see something like this. I can imagine if it was split, but not like this, like one layer over the other. And considering that you barely have that much skirt armor to protect it, you need to absolutely detail this up and clean it. Never imagined that. Okay, these two parts are done. Let's put it together and see how it looks without its armor. Alright, let's put the inner frame of the Kampfer together, master grade, and see how it looks overall. I'm going to take this first. Put this here. Okay. Put that there. Okay, good. And we take this part that's for the head. Interesting. Didn't realize that's that way. And then left and right arms. And then we put this on like that. Wow. That is pretty big. I'm left stupefied here. Because I didn't realize it was big, but it wasn't that big. Wow. Hold on, let me adjust the camera a bit so you can see it at a better angle. Okay. Obviously, you want to do a little bending here and there, but the overall look to it is going to be better, even when you put the armor parts on. It's already at the exact height because I put on the bottom part of the feet. And there is some these legs, can turn, these can swivel here and there, but I think there's going to be an issue with that, with this hydraulic, which technically speaking, this hydraulic will be even barely noticeable, which is a bit surprising here. I have a feeling that the extra weight of the plastic parts may offset its center of mass a bit. I mean, yeah, you're going to keep it stand up straight like that with its armored parts, the head, the weaponry, and all that stuff, but to get into the exact poses, you're going to need an action-based stand. And interestingly enough, this kit came out at a time when there was no holes here or support pegs to hold it up. The action-based one stands do have like a big support that will hold up kits like this, basically the older kits. Yeah, that's really nice though. I'm surprised to see something like this. I really am. Good detail though in all aspects. Of course, they kind of skimped out on the waist unit because you have this entire ball section which is covered up by the umbilical cord setup. And if this was an inner frame, it would have probably had one part in there with maybe a couple of hydraulics. This is pretty much another thing that maybe they should work into the fact that, if you want to see more of the inners, that's fine. But you also have this part, which, you gotta be very, very careful if not this breaks. I don't know if anybody has experienced a situation where the actual waist assembly unit, which connects from the waist to the legs, not the legs to the waist, has ever broken off or snapped off. And I have to imagine if it did, that would have been a pain in the ass to repair. You would have to maybe drill holes to stick a metal rod in there, put in the actual part that holds up the leg, and then super glue it, and hope for the best. That, of course, is my interpretation looking at this, if a situation like this ever happened. I mentioned, so the legs, even though it has detail, it's not something you would normally see displayed in a frame assembly or things like that. Yes, it has some detail, but not enough to merit it. I mean, the detail that you normally see, like on a master grade Hayakushiki, is better than something like this. Granted, it is a chunky beast with extra armored parts, but yeah, leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, overall, the kit looks great with the armor. Without the armor, but also you also think of the mechanics and the construction. Arms is fine. I'm not complaining about that. That is okay. That I accept. The legs definitely need some work. The waist unit needs some work. A redesign if possible. Chest unit, yes, that's a good thing, because even though the top part here is a solid part which you can paint, you could probably look into the possibility of replacing, with some built-in umbilicals. You can do it right now, of course. You can probably gut this off, sand it down, and buy some umbilical parts that will represent umbilicals and put them in here just to, give it that extra detailed look to it. The backpack is the one thing that I think looks okay. It is built into the back. I feel like in all the fairness, this whole section feels like something out of Armored Core, where it's already like part of the structure. So these little things here, which connects the thrusters, that's cool. I kind of like that. But I'm a bit surprised about the waist unit. Even though you can go up like that, which of course simulates the scene where if you do this, you simulate the scene where he's, you know, hovering on the ground. You can't pivot. There's no pivot action. There's a slight turn there and there, but don't you know, you don't want to pivot it and break the whole thing in the assembly. So that's something that they may need to work on, more articulations. I wonder if I actually don't remember if the high grade version allows you to pivot. Swivel, yes, that's easy. No big deal. Pivot is the other thing. Wow. That is, I'm impressed with that. Let me get the mobile suit that kicked its ass in the series. Where did I put it? Oh, here you go. Here's the Alex. Of course, how it looks like right next to it. I think Bandai should definitely look into 2.0. Arguably, maybe they'll probably say, maybe you'll need a 1.0. Sorry, 1.5 version, kind of like what they did with the DOMs. Which, I don't know, has anyone told me about the DOMs are? This is the one thing that it's annoying me, is how this is not completely bending around because of this structure here, which is of course why it doesn't make any sense. I must be missing something. Maybe, no, I am doing everything right. But okay, I'm going to review the manual again, make sure I didn't miss anything. It is really nice. I kind of like it though. Pretty cool. Yep. All right. With that, we're going to begin cleaning up all the remaining parts, the thrusters, the yellow parts, continuing cleaning up the guns. I'm going to be working on the minigun. And of course, many of you are asking me, am I going to do a prototype Gundam? Prototype Kampfer. We'll talk about that in the next video because I'd like to discuss that in a moment. All right.